are any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
Who's the rebel now?
No way.
Yes way. Savor breakfast anytime you like. Eggs, sizzling sausage, hot cakes, real butter. McDonald's all-day breakfast menu.
Yeah!
It's time to start breaking some rules.
NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Lowe's. Hurry in this weekend for great winter savings. And by T-Mobile, ditch your carrier and switch to the Uncarrier. Hitsville, USA was the nickname given to Motown Records, first headquarters located just about 4 miles away from Ford Field. And that studio right there, some of the recording artists, the Jackson 5, the Ford Tops, Diana Ross and the Supremes, the Temptations, Stevie Wonder. Amazing talents.
Well, let's see if that fumble recovery sparks this defense, which has been playing well. But the one thing that Detroit is doing to protect its offensive line, to take advantage of tight coverage down the field, that opening drive the second half, that'll slow a defense down. All the screens to the running back, outside to Golden Tate. Another quick screen to Golden Tate. Well, that's really how they moved the ball down the field for that field goal, Jim, was all the screens. It almost broke one for the big one to get to the end zone with a good tackle. Saved the touchdown by the Green Bay Packers.
Here's play action. Stafford has the ball stripped out of his hands and fallen on and recovered by Green Bay. It's Ryan with the recovery. It was Julius Peppers who stripped it.
Yes, he came around the corner and beat Riley Reef right from the start. A great get-off by Julius Peppers. Watch how quick. Oh, nice fake inside. That gave him the advantage to go around to the outside, and Matthew Stafford never felt it or saw it.
Boy, he just stopped that hand.
But that fake inside was just enough to freeze the left tackle, and Julius Peppers still has the speed to get around the edge, especially after a good move at the line of scrimmage.
And let's see with what kind of speed Green Bay tries to cash in on the takeaway. There's the pass. Rodgers to Rodgers for one.
Oh, they had the right play called. They really did. If Josh Sitton tried to get out there, he makes the block. There's nobody to make the tackle. So the screen game being used a lot by both teams.
Julius Peppers in his 14th year, still making all kinds of plays. Second and 9. And that's covered up by the Lions. Two guys on Rodgers. By the way, that sack by Peppers, it goes as a strip and a sack, forced fumble. He ties with that one Lawrence Taylor's total of 132.5 sacks in his career.
Well, Lawrence Taylor made a big interception in Detroit one year on Thanksgiving. Different stadium about this part of the field. But Green Bay, can somebody get open on the outside to get this football in the end zone?
3rd and 6. They can pick up the first down at the 2. Here's Rodgers to the end zone, and it is pulled down by Adams for his first touchdown of the year.
I like what they did too, Jim. This is what you do to receivers that are struggling to find a way to get open. They finally move him. In that motion, comes in behind the other, and a little stick nod down the middle, and he beats Bynes for the touchdown.
Adams was the most targeted wide receiver in the entire league this year without a touchdown until that play.
Well, they called a zone defense, had the right play on, clean release.
And that was the 67th time he was targeted this year. Took that many passes from behind the end zone. Been the subject of a lot of scrutiny after the game against Chicago. A lot of people questioning his hands, but he grabbed hold of that one, made a fine catch. And how about how quickly this game turned around? On, of all things, a fumble recovery by the offense for a touchdown. Then the next play from scrimmage for the Lions.
Well, the defense has been hot. They finally come through with the turnover. And then just a different look by the Packers offense. And I've kind of been waiting to see this tonight. Some different formations. Mike McCarthy.
How about Jordy Nelson?
Pretty excited about what's gone on here in the last few minutes.
Down 20-0 after the Lions' opening drive of the third quarter. Green Bay comes to life. You know, they got a couple of plays, just little moments of, if you will, successes and sparks by the likes of this kid Crockett, who ran it on that drive 3 times for 16 yards before. Abdullah hammered at the 22. Rodgers had a couple of big catches on that first touchdown drive. And the next thing you know, everybody's awakened. Sunday at 9 on NFL Network, Larry Fitzgerald sits down to discuss his resurgence this season and the Cardinals' push to a division title. NFL Game Day morning, live Sunday at 9, only on NFL Network. And again, next Thursday night, only on NFL Network, we'll have Arizona hosting Minnesota in a game with all kinds of seeding implications in the NFC. Abdullah up ahead for 4. What are the Lions feeling right now?
Oh, they feel a little pressure, a little tightness. That's why they came out and ran the football, to try to get some rhythm and get their offensive line back to being aggressive and confident. And, you know, you talked about that last drive. Yes, Crockett came in for the Packers, gave them some energy, but it was the movement by Rodgers and the throw that really got that drive going.
2nd and 6. Good tackle on Riddick by Clay Matthews, keeping him a yard shy of the first.
Yeah, Clay Matthews at middle linebacker. That's where you see him most of the time now, and I think he's finally gotten used to it. You know, he's used to being on the edge and, you know, being out there on the perimeter, but he's found out once he's learned this position, there's a lot of action that goes on, and loves blitzing from the middle because he can catch guys off guard a little more than you can outside trying to beat a tackle.
It's 3rd and 1. Work it with Bell, and he's able to slide sideways through a little hole to pick up the first. Gain of 6.
Big first down for the Lions offense. Seen Mike Burton in there at fullback. And of course on 3rd and 1 you want to see him, but we've seen him back in there more tonight than we have in previous games.
Michael Ola, the right tackle for the Lions, is down. It's the 3rd different Detroit player to be injured in this quarter. Ola, in his 2nd year in the league out of Hampton. He was waived earlier this year by the Chargers.
It's kind of been a surprise for him.
He has. Been a long journey to get here. Played a couple of years in the Canadian League for Coach Tressman up in Montreal for the Alouettes. Played in the Arena League. Now getting his chance in starting, and they've been really happy with what he's done.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why the offensive line has gotten better. There he is against Mike Daniels. It's rolled over the fullback, Mike Burton.
Having a hard time putting any weight. On that left leg. Adrian Waddle will come in for him. We've talked a lot about the Packers missing starters on their offensive line. The Lions were without Travis Swanson tonight. Their starting center out with an ankle. Manny Ramirez, a long-time starter in this league, filling in for him. And that's Bell to the 41. Take a look at the possession chart. This is since it was 17-0 Lions after one quarter. Suddenly the Green Bay defense started making plays. Yes, that was a 5-minute plus drive, 11 plays in all to start the third quarter, led to a field goal. It's over to Riddick. He makes Shields missing, but others come converging. You know, this kid Riddick is something else. He played both running back and wide receiver at Notre Dame. And this year, he's the leading receiving running back in the league. He's a couple of catches coming into the week ahead of Danny Woodhead.
Well, every team, I think, in the league, you need a guy that can come out of the backfield and catch passes for you. Why, Jim? Because the running back is a great matchup against linebackers, and they get him outside. So all that receiving he did at Notre Dame has helped him here in the pros from the running back position.
3rd and 1. Riddick is the back. Final minute of the third quarter. Stafford's pass was headed to T.J. Jones, and the Packers defense stiffens again.
Yeah, good job by the Packers. They engulfed Matt Stafford there. There's nowhere he can go. And really, the pass over the middle to Jones, he is not open either, because here comes Jake Ryan from the other side. So this Packer defense, very fast, does a lot of different things, and it really has this Lions offense since the first quarter slowed it down tremendously.
Here's Martin trying to pin the Packers inside the 20. And it's at the 17, maybe the 18. Well, we showed you in the first half the Lions nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, Stephen Tulloch. Well, here is the Packers nominee, Sam Barrington, the linebacker. He's dedicated his time to the big brothers, big sisters of Wood and Brown County, attending the annual bowling event for the children of Wood County. And at this past offseason, he was at the forefront of the NFL Play 60 movement in Green Bay. So Crockett is back in at running back. Like you said, Phil, brought all kinds of energy to the Packers. Just brought up today from the practice squad. There's a pass to Adams, and it's a gain of 3.
Well, really, it's a good job here in the second half. You talk about this Packers offense, missing the linemen, just the fact that they put Crockett in there, mixing up the plays, showing Detroit a few different looks on the offensive side, and it's helped them get these 14 points.
Here's Crockett. And here's Crockett going again for a first down. How about this kid Crockett? His first NFL game, signed as an undrafted free agent back in May out of North Dakota State. He picks up 10. He's their leading ball carrier with 26 yards on 4 carries, and we've reached the end of the third quarter.
After the game, see who stumps by this set as our guys break down all the action. The Mazda Postgame Show, tonight, live on NFL Network.
The best of of everything is even better during Red Lobster's Ultimate Seafood Celebration, where new seafood combinations like the new Grand Seafood Feast are stepped up, spiffed up, jazzed up. Yeah, this stuffed lobster tail, handcrafted brown butter scampi, and jumbo hand-battered shrimp are that good. Or try the new Ultimate Wood-Grilled Feast. That bourbon brown sugar glaze gets you pretty fired up. With new dishes like these, why wait to celebrate? But just like this time of year, this is too good to last. So hurry in.
$65 million players worldwide are fighting. Now is the time for you to join the battle and make history. Someday this war's gonna end. When it does, will you be king? Download Clash of Kings now and find out. United we fight.
Shouldn't what makes each of us a unique individual help individualize our cancer treatment? Now, through advanced genomic testing, we may be able to pinpoint and diagnose what makes your cancer different, which can reveal precise treatment options that were not considered previously. With this important breakthrough at the intersection of science and technology, we've arrived at precision cancer treatment. The evolution of cancer care is here at Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Call or visit cancercenter.com to learn more about precision cancer treatment.
We start the fourth quarter at Ford Field. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson, Mike Carey, and all the crew here on Thursday Night Football. What was a 20-0 Lions lead early in the third quarter, suddenly 20-14, and the ball belongs to the Packers. Not that time for Crockett.
Hey, he was so anxious, he just fell down. Nothing happened there, and you know, as you look at this, as he falls down, you just think Eddie Lacy got over 100 yards the last two games. Why haven't we seen more of him?
He's back in there now.
Well, there he is finally. He comes back in the game because he was not mentioned to us last night. Nobody said anything was wrong with him, but when he's been in, hasn't been productive. Maybe that's why they took him out.
They fake to Lacy. And Rodgers guns it, and there's another Adams drop. This kid's been, the story of his season has been nagging ankle injury and inability to make some crucial catches. We've got a Packer player down, and it's Bakhtiari, their left tackle. Oh my goodness, with the way things have gone, injury-wise with this offensive line. Their left tackle who's never missed a start in his third year out of Colorado. And they're looking at his right leg.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except now you can say,
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Which changes how you get in touch.
Hi Sophie.
How you get answers.
Who was the Prime Minister of Britain in 1868?
The answer is Benjamin Disraeli.
Of course.
Oh, you knew that.
Find me a very expensive
coffee shop with outdoor seating.
And dance. You can do almost anything just with your voice.
Play the #1 song from 1979.
So yeah, that's what's changed.
Being a gamer can be a profession.
Phil!
Oh.
Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. Oh.
Joanne? Is that you?
It's me.
You don't look a day over 70, am I right?
If you're Peter Pan, you stay young forever. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You make me feel so spring has brought.
This is the best block of all. Looks like Candy Cane Lane.
I know.
Oh, holiday Ferris wheel.
I kind of love it. Look at those reindeer.
Jeffrey, you're awfully quiet back there.
I was just thinking, maybe it's time we finish this test drive and head back to the dealership.
That is so Jeffrey.
So Jeffrey.
Oh, elves.
There.
It's practically yours, but we still need your signature. The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. 0 do-it signing, 0 down, 0 deposit, and 0 first month's payment on a new Passat and other select models.
David, remember, she's my only granddaughter. Love, Dad. Get a special discount now at NFLshop.com.
You're watching NFL Thursday Night Football.
This situation's getting dire for the Green Bay Packer offensive lineman. You see from the sideline TJ Lang, who's out with the shoulder injury. Balaga with the hat on, out with an ankle. They've already lost Lindsley. You saw him in the background, re-aggravating his ankle injury. Now Bakhtiari is out and Walker has come in. Josh Walker, number 79. He's going to play left tackle on this 3rd down and 14. And just as you would expect, the Lions come busting across, and Ziggy Ansah with the sack, giving him 12.5 sacks on the season.
Well, they were going to take advantage of the new guy in, and here's why. Here comes Josh Bynes, so now you can't help out the new left tackle who's come in, and Ziggy Ansah. What an athlete, can do everything fast, and got around the corner for the sack.
Yeah, he's tops in the NFC in sacks, second in the league only to J.J. Watt. And Mastay with the boot. Not a deep one. It's a fair catch by Tate at the 42. This kid is something else. 3rd year out of BYU, Ziggy Ansah, who went to BYU on an academic scholarship out of Ghana. Tried to participate in sports. Tried out for the basketball team for a couple of years. Didn't make David Rose's team. Was on the track team for about a semester, and he went in and got a interview with Bronco Mendenhall, the head coach. Said, I'd like to play football.
Yeah.
Really didn't know anything about it. He attended a couple of games as a student. Makes the team 3 years later. He's a 1st-round pick. Here's Abdullah. Speaking of high draft picks, their 2nd rounder gets it out near midfield. But this kid, this Ziggy Ansah, has tremendous speed. Saw it perhaps best of all in a 75-yard run by Adrian Peterson earlier in the season. Watch him catch up with AP.
You said he ran track. Ran a 10,900 meters in track. So that size, that fast, what a quick adaptation to the NFL football.
2nd and 2, and that picks up the 1st down. Ameer Abdullah for 4.
I mean, tonight they haven't done that much with Ziggy Ansah. Just to go to talk about him real quick. Usually he plays a little bit of linebacker, spies the quarterback, but he's been outside all night tonight. Bakhtiari, before he got hurt, was doing a great job against him.
Well, you just knew when they brought in on that 3rd down snap, 3rd and 14, and Josh Walker comes in.
Great call.
Left tackle. You just knew they were going to bring the heat.
They were not going to let Josh Walker get help and stop the pass rush.
1st down as we approach 12 minutes to go. There's a pass threaded to Calvin Johnson, just his 3rd catch of the night, although one of them went for a touchdown. By the way, Sunday, regional action on CBS, including the Jets and the Giants. Some will get their game late, like Denver and San Diego, or Kansas City and Oakland. All beginning with the crew that'll take you to Super Bowl 50. The NFL today at noon Eastern this Sunday on CBS. Second and 3. Knocked down after a gain of 1. We'll check the marker.
Holding. Number 66 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Well, that'll slow things down for a moment. That was Waddle who was called for it. Waddle who had come in late 3rd quarter for Ola at right tackle.
Well, what's happening, Jim, you look at this Green Bay defense, and they know the score. And of course, Mike McCarthy does. He looks up there, and you've got to be aggressive here. You don't want the Detroit Lions to get in field goal range because that'll make it 2 scores. And with the offensive line problems that the Green Bay Packers are having, almost impossible to think that they can get 2 scores here at the end of the game.
Second down, 13. No one open, a flag. A couple of them were thrown at the line of scrimmage.
It was a screen play, so we're going to have offensive linemen down the field.
Yep.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 75 offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Why wouldn't Green Bay decline that penalty? I don't know why you take the 5 yards here.
Well, I don't know if they
could have been 3rd and 13 instead of 2nd and 18.
There you go. That's why I was just waiting. So Mike McCarthy was.
Yep. He got their attention and said, wait a minute.
Said, no.
Yep.
I think Jim Caldwell was actually arguing, hey, the linemen all got back on the side of the line of scrimmage, but once you break the line of scrimmage and go down the field, you come back, it's still a penalty.
Julius Peppers ready to pounce, given the chance. So is Clay Matthews. They're picked up now in traffic. The toss off the ground, and another flag is out.
Offside, number 56, defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay third down.
He said he was ready to pounce. He left early. Actually, he's lined up.
Lined up in the neutral zone, no question. Hand, helmet, everything.
First penalty on the Packers in this half. It gives the Lions another shot at third down. 3rd and 8.
Big third down. You got to keep them out of field goal range.
There's the pass to Ebron. That's a good piece of tackling by Shields to stop him 2 yards short. Now, Stafford and the offense are still out there.
They're going to go for it. It looks like, you think, okay, it's indoors. Do we go for the long field goal? But Jim Caldwell says he likes his chances better going forward on 4th down instead of trying the long field goal.
You saw Aaron Rodgers just absolutely encouraging his defense to make a play here. From the 38, 4th and 2. Pass complete to Tate for the first down. What a gamble.
Well, here's what they do. He bunched the receivers together to make sure they couldn't get. Here's Golden Tate just going to go up the field and hook it up. And the fact that they're all so close together, it is a blitz. So the linebacker that time, Jake Ryan, couldn't get there before Matthew Stafford threw the football.
Not only a first down, but also puts him in field goal range. Pepper's still shaking his head about that offside penalty against him, which comes up huge now. They're in on Abdullah after 1. Again, I'm looking forward to this one next week down in the Valley of the Sun. The Vikings taking on the Cardinals, both having sensational seasons. It's going to be a great scene. You just know that. Down in Glendale, Arizona, only on NFL Network next Thursday night.
Well, it should be. Watch Carson Palmer throw the football down the field. Adrian Peterson defying age by NFL standards as a running back, and he was terrific last week against the Atlanta Falcons down in Atlanta.
2nd and 9. Here comes a blitz by Matthews. Getting it away and just a half beat off with Calvin Johnson. I still thought he might get there.
He had the blitz. The pressure was he was so tight in the pocket. This is why he overthrows it. Clay Matthews, he saw it. He changes the play and was out and up by Calvin Johnson. So a lot of times the defender, boy, nice job by Bell blocking Clay Matthews. But you're expecting a quick pass on the blitz. And that was a great call by Matthew Stafford. Just missed it.
Green Bay's Casey Hayward was dinged on that play. Lions are going to have a 3rd and 9. If they fail to pick up anything here, you'd be bringing out Prater for another 51-yard attempt. He made one going in this direction from 51 in the first quarter. Dimitri Goodson comes in for Hayward.
Can't afford to lose any yards on a sack or penalty for the Detroit Lions. And look at this, everybody up at the line of scrimmage for the Packers.
Pressure. And Stafford is able to step away, and he is near that first down. He thinks he's got it. He does. He rips off a 10-yard run.
Well, we talked about it a couple times tonight. He's just more athletic than people give him credit for. And that was a gamble, Jim. The blitz up the middle, they can't pick them all up. He made the decision to run, and it was a good one, and gets outside for the first down. Well, the football looks like it goes out of bounds just on the mark.
Tell you, Rollins didn't make much of an effort to push him out of bounds. Could have maybe stopped him a yard short. And that's a carry by Bell for a loss of 1.
Well, you go back, think of this drive. The offsides changed it. I mean, it was everything. First, we had the injury to Bakhtiari, which changed it for the Green Bay offense. But the offsides of Julius Peppers kept the drive going. And now clock is going, using up clock. And you're in position to get a 2-score lead.
This is a drive now that's 6 minutes long. Second and 11. Good pass with the pressure. The pass was off the mark.
You saw Theo Riddick out there against Jake Ryan. Hey, how many times you said Jake Ryan's name tonight?
He's a good-looking rookie, isn't he?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, he's fast, instinctive. You know, I thought the other linebacker that was in there before him, Nate Palmer, I said, wow, I like the way he's playing. And so I was kind of surprised to hear. But what happens, which we see all the time, you show it in practice. He did it enough. They finally had to put him in the game.
The Packers have had 7 fourth-quarter interceptions this year. That's the most by any team in the league. 7 of their 11 have come in the fourth. Boy, could they use one now. 3rd and 11. Here's Stafford's pass. And it's very nearly intercepted by Shields. Incomplete is the call intended for Megatron.
Well, the Packers, they don't just sit back. They try to make it happen. It's another blitz. Great delivery by Matt Stafford, but dangerous.
Look at Johnson had it in his hands, and then Shields almost took it away.
Yep.
Instead, we're going to have Prater coming out here trying to make it a 2-score game. 42 yards for Prater.
Sam Shields really doing a good job on Calvin Johnson on the outside here tonight.
Prater, who holds the all-time NFL record with the 64-yard field goal when he was the Broncos kicker. The closeout of first half against Tennessee, we were there for that one, breaking the Dempsey and Elam record. So timeout call by the Lions because they were running out of time on the play clock. Week 13 continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. You can check your local listings for the game in your area. One of those games is Seattle at Minnesota, and the way the playoffs are positioned right now, much is going to change. We know that. that would be the matchup if the playoffs were tomorrow. That's exactly what it would be.
Oh, it's a great matchup. Can't wait to see it on Sunday. A lot of good games. Giants-Jets.
4th and 11. And Prater from 42. And Prater's kick is good. Seven minutes to go. Green Bay has all of its timeouts, but needs 2 scores.
When Neil Lane creates a ring for today's biggest stars, it looks fabulous from every angle. And for Kay Jewelers, he does the exact same thing. Yes. Neil Lane Bridal, vintage-inspired rings at Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
Every kiss begins with K.
Happy holidays! Switch to Cricket Wireless. And for a limited time, choose from 4 smartphones now free after mail-in rebate Cricket Visa promotion card. And get more 4G LTE coverage nationwide than T-Mobile or Sprint. Woohoo! From the Merrier carrier. Plus, get a $100 Cricket shopping card when you switch by December 6th, even if you don't need a phone. Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
The NBA is back on Twitter.
Ricky Fowler is redefining what it means to be a golfer. Quicken Loans is doing the same for mortgages. Quicken Loans, home buy, refi, power. Official mortgage sponsor of the PGA Tour.
NFL Thursday Night Football, sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Kay Jewelers, every kiss begins with K. And by McDonald's, teaming up with the NFL like never before. The Ford Motor Company's Dearborn truck plant, where a new truck rolls off the line about every minute. Aaron Rodgers thought that field goal by Prater was wide left from his angle.
He knew how big it was.
Hold on a minute, Aaron. Oh, it's good.
Try to keep it to 1 score. I think the big thing is, will David Bakhtiari be able to come back in his game and play left tackle for the Green Bay Packers?
And watching him on the sideline, I think he is going to return. Look at Janis decide to run it out. And Janis tiptoes the traffic. And he's down at about the 16 by Don Carey, who was shaken up earlier. And there is Bakhtiari returning at left tackle. That last series were some key moments. First, the 3rd down stop by the Packers, but Peppers was lined up offside, gave them another chance. And then the 4th down play from Stafford to an open Tate, who's caught 22 passes the last 3 weeks. And it led to the Prater field goal to make the margin 9. Stepping away from the contact, and now taking off out of bounds for about 6.
Really good job, Aaron Rodgers getting out of the pocket. Watch the receivers down the field. If he had time, nobody's open. He moves. Now he's outside the pocket. They still do not come open. Darius Slay, excellent job in Green Bay 3 weeks ago. Doing another excellent job here tonight against James Jones.
2nd and 4. Starks up the middle and fighting for it, getting close. A foot short, 3rd and less than 1. And Eddie Lacy, 5 carries for 4 yards, 1 catch for a loss of 3.
Yeah, it's a mystery, isn't it? I mean, after the last 2 games, especially in a situation like this, gained over 100 yards, but tonight,
Not a factor.
Not a factor is right.
3rd and a foot. Jump pass just in. Time and incomplete. And now what do you do with 5:47 to go? At this place on the field, that was Abdul Quddus who got a hit on Rodgers.
Came on the blitz on the outside. Aaron Rodgers did not have time to get rid of it, and they're going to go. Looks like they're going to go for it.
They are.
And I agree with the decision. They tried to catch Detroit's defense off guard with the 3rd down pass. They didn't. The blitz got there. You need 2 scores. 5:47 to go.
4th and a foot.
You go for it.
From their own 26. And a timeout is called by Green Bay. It's called by McCarthy on the sideline. And even though they're probably going to need that one back later on, he didn't like what he was seeing.
Well, if you just change your decision and you want to punt the football, then just take the delay of game. So I think you're right. They didn't like the play. I know this, just from that formation they lined up in, Jim, Detroit's defense was all up there. They were going to make it tough on whatever it was, run or a quick pass. They were not going to give them an easy completion.
Well, if you fail here and Detroit takes over at that point in the field, even if the Lions scored a touchdown, got the extra point, it would still be a 2-score game.
That's right. Put it to 30-14, 2 scores, 2 two-point conversions.
4th and a foot. Safe pass to Cobb. Shakes off the hit. Cobb out of bounds at the 41.
Wow. Probably one of the first passes they install every single year is this play here. Randall Cobb in the slot. Nice little fake at the line of scrimmage and breaks out.
Goes for 16. Cobb's 3rd catch of the night.
Mike McCarthy, boy, you better
get Diggs
out of the way.
Yeah, flying in down low. Here's another throw over to Cobb. And he's out of bounds after a short gain. And that's Diggs on the hit. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, you mentioned Eddie Lacy, just 5 carries, 4 yards. We've seen James Starks. We've even seen the rookie John Crockett in his first NFL game. I spoke to officials down here on the Packers sideline, and they told me it is not injury related. It is a coach's decision, Jim.
Okay. Not happy with his play. They keep him on the sideline, 2nd and 6. Starks faked like he was going inside, goes outside and out of bounds. And that's near another first. And it is a first down.
Good job by Starks getting some extra yards. And just go back to Eddie Lacy. We talked to the coaches last night. Everybody, Aaron Rodgers, they mentioned everybody in the offense. And the one name we didn't hear, Eddie Lacy. So something went on during practice. We tried to really kind of find out whatever it is. Preparation. Maybe they didn't like it. They gave him a chance here tonight. It didn't work. And he's watching from the sidelines.
4:40 to go. New set of downs. And a pre-snap penalty call.
False start, number 67, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
After movement 47, first down 15.
First and 15. That's Rodgers. All the way to the 27.
Rodgers is having a good night. These are the type of passes over the middle. It's a blitz. Good job by the offensive line. Beat up 3 reserves. Still pick up the blitz to give Aaron Rodgers time to throw.
6 catches for 90 yards for Rodgers. Make it 7 catches for 100. As he's got a 10-yard gain and another first down.
Boy, just a little screen to the outside. Nice running.
From the 17, screen starts. Thought he was down. They rule him down. Again, Abdul Kudus. He shows up in so many places.
Well, he's aggressive. We've talked about him a few times tonight. Fast. They love the way he plays. And if Aaron Rodgers wants to take a shot at the end zone, every single play, it's single coverage on the receivers.
Here's a shot right here to Adams. And they wrestle each other down as the ball falls to the ground. It was Lawson on the coverage. And now it's third down coming up. And if they fail to do anything here, remember they still need 2 scores, so they would go field goal.
Bottom of your screen, Aaron Rodgers has what he wants. It's just a little underthrown. If he throws it higher, Adams is going to have a chance to reach up and grab that football.
Right off the back of the helmet. 3rd and 11 at the Detroit 17. From the pocket. Now, rolling out, pointing, taking off. First down, touchdown! Aaron Rodgers runs it home.
What a great job by Aaron Rodgers. Nobody's open, breaks outside, and every defender had his back turned away from Aaron Rodgers. Of course, that's why he goes in the end zone untouched. Nobody saw him. Ziggy Ansah on the chase. But look, still, you could see all the defenders with their backs to Aaron Rodgers in the end zone. Nobody, receivers are covered. So he took advantage of it.
Crosby, extra point is good. Green Bay's longest run of the night belongs to its leader. Aaron Rodgers trying to rally them back from 20 down.
Hey, buddy. What you doing?
I'm sleeping. Who are you?
I'm your football self, and you're jeopardizing my very existence.
But it's so...
Shh. Because if you don't go to Lowe's and get your to-do list done today, then guess what you're going to be doing during the game on Sunday?
No! Go me!
Now get 30% off all Christmas ornaments at Lowe's.
Okay, we're here. There's Dad, Mom, the twins, Aunt Alice.
You didn't tell me Aunt Alice was coming.
Of course.
Don't forget Grandpa. Can the test drive be over now? Maybe just head back to the dealership.
Don't you want to meet my family?
Yep, totally.
It's practically yours, but we still need your signature. The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. 0 do-it signing, 0 down, 0 deposit, and 0 first month's payment on a new Jetta and other select models.
Actually, Philly was the first capital.
Oh, honey, no. Wait, did you just have that on your phone?
It's time to mix it up.
Do it, Dad. Yeah, do it.
There are thousands of ways into the complex healthcare system.
It was frozen.
Daddy's hand looks funny.
And choosing United Healthcare can help make it simpler by letting you know when your claim has been processed.
Yo, Adrienne.
Still not funny.
United.
My Vikings.
It's just been spectacular all day long.
My Cardinals.
And it is caught for the touchdown.
We'll see you Thursday night. Only on NFL Network.
Vikings Cardinals next Thursday at 8. Thursday Night Football, now only on NFL Network.
84 yards in 4 minutes, 11 plays, one of which was the 4th and 1 from their own 25, which paid off. Although it did cost them what could be a vital timeout, leaving the Packers with 2.
Changes things. I would kick off here. You only need a field goal. No onside kick.
And Crosby sends it through the end zone.
Puts a lot of pressure now on that Packer defense to get a 3 and out.
In 5 days, the #1 comedy of the year is on Blu-ray and DVD.
Stuart?
Minions on Blu-ray December 8th on digital HD now.
Hey, what's up, Troy? Okay, that it?
That'll do it. Excuse me.
Hey, man.
Huge fan, man.
Oh, thank you.
All the touchdowns and the wins and...
Yeah, you know, I don't like to dwell on the past, but thank you.
Aikman touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman touchdown, unbelievable.
I dwell on the past. I would too.
I don't blame you.
Okay.
As long as you are you, it's Miller time.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. Just wish I double checked those throwback uniforms, though. Cannot believe I found your size. Whoop! Look at that, huh? Woo! You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double check. Save big with State Farm.
Some are seduced by the dark side. Others are drawn to the light. Choose yours. Now get 0% APR for 75 months. Star Wars, December 8th.
Sunday, Michael Irvin goes one-on-one with Larry Fitzgerald.
It's about putting yourself in position to win championships.
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9, live on NFL Network.
NFL Thursday Night Football sponsored by Walmart. Walmart has everything you need to share wonder every day. And by National Mortgage Lender Quicken Loans. Home, buy, refi, power. Yes, it's getting rather tense. A lot of quick decisions being made down at the truck by the likes of Mike Tiffy, Mike Arnold, Lance Barrow, Corey Fishman. And that row right behind him with Jim Rickoff and Brian Kozowski with his home game here, the Dearborn boy. Tyler John, Ryan Marr. Here we go. 3:04 remaining. Can the team that's tied for last in the league in rushing, the Lions, can they run out the clock?
Well, look what they're doing. Everybody at the line of scrimmage. Clean run all the way.
Matthews and others were ready to get the jump on that. We got a pre-snap call here against the Lions for 5.
False start, number 66, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Again, that's on Waddle, who has had to replace Olop here for the last quarter at right tackle. Second penalty on him.
Jim, look at everybody except the 2 defenders on the wide receivers playing up there, just knowing that they're giving up a first down could end the game for the Green Bay Packers. So Dom Capers being aggressive with the play call.
It's given to Bell. And he's backed up by 1 or 2 yards. And again, it's the rookie Ryan comes up to make the play. And a timeout called by the Packers at 3 minutes. That sets up now 2nd and 16 for the Lions. Again, coming up, the Mazda post-game show, interviews and analysis of tonight's game. If you're the Lions, do you run it again to force the Packers to take their last time out?
Oh, man, after that, after we've seen it, would I give the football back to Aaron Rodgers and take that chance and think he only needs a field goal? That's pretty tough to do. I look at it and say, safe play. They've had some success with screens. But if you're going to try to win the game, well, you're going to have to throw it against tight coverage, most likely on the outside.
They go to the shotgun with Ameer Abdullah, the running back. Here's the quick safe throw. Tate forced down at about the 18, and the last timeout called by Green Bay with a 3rd and 12 on the way.
Yeah, you're right. That's what, throw the screen. That was a safe, hoping to catch them in an aggressive defense and take advantage of it. But Green Bay, the defense, after that terrible start in a turnover where they got 7 easy points, the defense, they're showing their speed, they're complex, they've played well.
Well, to think when these two met 3 Sundays ago, it was a 2-point Detroit win, 18-16. And the margin is 2 for the Lions at the moment.
Well, there's no question. Now you can't play safe if you're Detroit. You've got to try to get the first down, go down the field with the football to win the game.
3rd and 12. First down yardage at the 30. From the pocket, the pass. It is caught by Jones. Just his 3rd catch of the year.
Protection was great. Jones is on the inside. He's going to go down. That little move to the outside, and he beats Quentin Rollins inside. Just, that's how he won it. The little head fake gave him enough separation, and Matt Stafford, good protection, just threw a bullet in there for the completion. And
it was a clean catch. Bobbled it for a moment, but he had the hand underneath. Jordy Nelson in disbelief. As now there's 1 snap to go before the 2-minute warning. TJ Jones seeing action really tonight because Lance Moore was inactive with an ankle injury. 2-minute warning at Ford Field. Lions trying to close it out.
Making Christmas wishes come true from wherever you are, and having dreams delivered to your door. For some of us, that's all in a day's work. Shop the way you live, love the way you shop, and experience more wonder every day. Walmart.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
PlayStation. A better network as explained by J.J. Watt chopping wood in the middle of the forest. Verizon has the largest 4G LTE network. What does that mean? Well, pretend J.J. Watt is your signal. It means even out here, way out here, you'll find your signal working hard. Really, really hard. Because that's what a strong network does. That and play football. Watch live local and primetime games on NFL Mobile, only on Verizon.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy is coming home!
On the series premiere of The Timeline, the moment number 4 walked away, and the day he came back.
I can tell you thank you till tomorrow, and it wouldn't be enough.
The Timeline. Favre returns tonight after the postgame, only on NFL Network.
We're back with the Packers out of timeouts. 2nd down coming. What is the best situation Green Bay can hope for?
Probably around 30 seconds, maybe a little less. Depends on the length of the plays that Detroit runs here on 2nd and 3rd down.
It's Bell. Brought down behind the line. Couple of yards lost there. Mike Daniels. And this next snap won't occur until a little under 1:20 to go. And again, that timeout that you'd have loved to have had, but you had to call it before they set up the play for 4th and a foot.
That's right. Maybe they wouldn't have got the first down if he didn't call the timeout.
Right.
But look, there's no doubt the Detroit Lions, they are going to run the football here. You don't attempt to pass and give Aaron Rodgers, in case it's incomplete, any extra time to get down for the field goal.
Bell gives back 2 more. And it'll be right at about 30 seconds when they punt the football. Mazda postgame show, interviews and analysis of tonight's game is coming up next.
Well, the big thing is when the Packers get this football, if you're Detroit's defense too, what was the original plan to start tonight? Let's keep Aaron Rodgers in the pocket. That's what the defense wanted to do. They haven't done a very good job of it, really. It hasn't hurt him. It did on that run, but when he's gotten out of the pocket to throw the ball, the receivers have been covered.
So the punter still stands on the sideline. He'll call the timeout there. And around these parts here in the state of Michigan, you get late in the game, you don't take anything for granted after what happened in that Michigan State game.
Oh, that's a good point. We were all watching that night. I forgot where we were, but it was or that afternoon.
I do remember, though, poor Tracy. She loves her Wolverines, her alma mater. And to say she was crushed is an understatement. Matter of fact, you know where we were? We were in Green Bay. We're in Green Bay getting ready for the Chargers and Packers the next day. Here we go. And he hit the ground, but no flag, and the fair catch by Hyde at the 20 with 23 seconds left. Packers got somewhat close in on Martin.
Yes, that was a little closer than they wanted, I'm sure, for Detroit.
Mike Neal.
Yeah, it was Mike Neal, number 96, that got the penetration but could not get in front of the punter. And again, Detroit, their job, surround Aaron Rodgers, knowing if he throws it in the middle of the field, the clock won't stop.
Crosby says, give me one more chance, having missed the kick at the end of the game at Lambeau Field, down 2. That would have won it. It was a mystery kick. I've never seen the usually reliable all-time score for the Packers miss one like that. But here we go with no timeouts. Rodgers rolling out on the run, flings it and tapped away. What a play, too. Beautiful pass defense by Diggs.
What a play is right. Aaron Rodgers full sprint to the sideline. And Diggs, the extra defensive back, makes a great play against Randall Cobb. Well, he's sprinting, the defense is there, and just flicks it with his wrist about 40 yards down the field, right on target.
16 seconds. Packers cannot afford to be tackled in the field of play. Rodgers. Can he complete one? Got a man down there, and it's incomplete. Abbrederis was the target. Rodgers says, wait a minute. Wasn't that contact? No flag.
3-man rush. They let him out of the pocket. Abdul Quddus is looking for the football.
Mike Carey, I got to bring you in real quick here. What did you see there?
That was a great no call. Both players looking back, playing the ball. The ball comes right to them at the same time. Great play by the defense. No call for pass interference.
Well, 6 seconds. I don't think they can advance it in 6 seconds. Surely they can't get it far enough to be able to get out of bounds and kick a field goal. So one absolute desperation moment in the middle of the field to Jones. To Rodgers, How about that? Rodgers gets it the other way. He's thrown down. We got a flag. The game's not over. Grabbed him by the face mask. That was Devin Taylor.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 98 defense. 15-yard penalty.
This is like what happened in the Baltimore-Jacksonville game this year.
Extended for one play.
But in that case, Jacksonville had enough, with the penalty, enough yardage to be able to be in field goal range for the winning kick by Myers.
Devin Taylor.
I don't know, did he get the face mask?
Well, he hit it. It looked like it. It happened so fast. I could see why they threw the flag. I thought so even from so far away.
All right, well, the ball is spotted.
Yeah, he hits the face mask.
At the 39. How far can Rodgers throw it?
He can make it to the end zone if he gets out of the pocket, gets a little running start. But can the receivers get far enough down the field?
Rodgers in trouble.
It's going to get there.
He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in him? In the end zone, it is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers. total disbelief at Ford Field. The Packers saved by the face mask call, given one last chance. And Aaron Rodgers heaves it as far as he can. And Richard Rodgers boxing out in the end zone for the touchdown. The son of a former Cal football player who was involved in the band play, one of the all-time game enders in football history, the Stanford-Cal game of years ago, 1982. Now the son comes up with the play of his own.
Well, right from the start, again, you let Aaron Rodgers out of the pocket, good movement, and you wanted to know if he could reach the end zone. I had no doubt that he could get it there. By getting outside the pocket, three-man rush, that's the first mistake, but make him stand there. He couldn't have reached it, but look at the running start. He looked across the field, saw the line of scrimmage, the chain markers, then throws it up, and boy, nobody in front of Rodgers. Rodgers, terrific night.
Rodgers to Rodgers. Two guys from Cal connect.
What a throw, what a catch. Of course, the penalty gives them that one more chance. But you know what? You can't blame that. You got to blame the defense. The fact that you know the only thing that can beat you if you let him get outside the pocket, and they let him get out there a couple times on that last drive.
They had to officially snap it off the touchdown. They take the knee, the game is over, and the Lions season basically ends with that Hail Mary.
There it is, the big penalty. Is it a good call? Yes, he hit the face mask. You've got to throw the 15-yard penalty.
And Mike Carey, did you think that was the right call on the face mask?
He got just enough to draw the flag. What you're looking for is a grab and a twist, but when it happens that fast and the head goes down, you're going to get a flag on that for player safety.
There you go. The head went down. That's what probably made the flag come out.
From 20 down.
You know,
barely a pulse. This is the biggest comeback in the history of this rivalry that dates back all the way to 1930, the 173rd meeting. And the Packers, what a changer. What a complete season changer it is.
Oh, yes. How high and how far did he throw that football?
Incredible. Let's go down to Tracy.
Aaron, have you ever been through something like that?
We've been on the flip side of that. We know that feeling. I'm out of breath. It's the most amazing game of my life. To be a part of that, to never give up. You know, Tom Clements always talks about time and downs. You got a chance. I get face masked on the last play. I knew we were about at the 40. Guys gave me enough time. I just tried to get it in the end zone there. I can't believe Richie caught it.
While that ball was up in the air, what was going through your mind?
Catch it. You got to catch it. I felt good that it was going to be in the end zone. I got a nice run up into it, a crow hop into it. I could see Tate kind of trying to box out, get in position. I didn't see Richard until the last second, but when he caught it, it was just, I blacked out. I don't know what happened, but I know it was the greatest feeling I've had on the field in a long time.
How about that for a birthday present?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. 32, I'm still young, but this team keeps me young as well. It's a great group of guys that stuck together, never stopped believing. We were terrible in the first half. Second half, we got it going. When Matt hit that first down late, we thought it was over. Time and downs, though, we had a chance. I mean, it's the greatest game I've been a part of minus the Super Bowl.
Can you use that as a spark going forward now?
I hope so. We're 8-4. We're in the mix. Huge win for us. I mean, we're going to enjoy this weekend, have some laughs, get ready to come back next week at home.
Go enjoy it. Have some cake, too.
All right.
How about that statement? Thank you, Tracy.
Well, you could hear he was out of breath. He was so excited. But
Greatest game, he called it, since winning the Super Bowl.
Well, just the excitement to know that there's so many odds against you. But how about the throw? The fact that he knew it. He even said to Tracy Wolfson, get outside. I said he could make it. But it's the movement of him knowing he needed to buy time, and he is slick in the pocket. And then watch, he looked across the field. Oh, my gosh, that's from the 35. That's 60. That's close to 70 yards. But it's how high it went is what's so impressive.
If this was in Dallas, it would have hit the scoreboard.
So he threw it so. A lot of guys can throw it that far, but they can't throw it that high. You saw the flexibility of his body.
Look at Rodgers turn around, 6'4". Look at him put his body right in front of everyone. Two-handed, right down with it.
The Detroit defenders were all looking at receivers again, just like on Aaron Rodgers' touchdown run. So they had their back turned to him, and it took too long for him to turn and locate the football.
Given one last chance.
Mike said, watch his helmet go down. That's what you see. That's why they threw the flag.
A 61-yard winner. Devastating loss for Detroit. Really falls out of the playoff picture. They had all these ideas of winning out, and they were in control of this one at 20-0 at one time. Well,
if you'd have told me at halftime, I'd have said there's about zero chance that Green Bay could make a comeback and win the game. What a job by the players. What a job by the coaches.
Happy birthday, Aaron Rodgers. Yes, indeed, it was truly a vintage moment. The miracle in Motown. The Packers pull off the victory.
How's the queso? Tim, we need to hang out more. Tim-nado, T-Bone. Actually, my name is Brian.
Tostitos rolls chips. Bring the party.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear. The most comfortable underwear there is. No pinch, no sweat. Get it only at DuluthTrading.com.
I decided to tell the story of our life together. Spoiler alert, we live happily ever after.
At Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry, the Pandora bracelet you had created just for her. And it's waiting for you at Jared.
Get ready for overzealous hugs, face-touching, and other clumsy displays of affection. That's just the price of victory when you get great gifts at the Apple Shop in Best Buy, where a blue shirt will help you find an iPhone 6S, an iPad Air 2, and this Apple Watch. Heads up, Lisa. Aunt Carol's coming in with a fresh coat of Oh You Shouldn't Have. Win the holidays at Best Buy.
The game's reached a breaking point. New survivor. Tomorrow at 7, Matt Forte tells us how the Bears can make a late playoff push.
Touchdown Bears!
NFL Total Access, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
Get the HTC 189 for as low as $0. Only on HTC.com.
Here's to the woman who can catch your eye across a crowded party, light up the room, and leave you with a smile. Especially when she's wearing this. Make her feel as beautiful as she truly is with exquisite gemstones and diamonds by Effie, starting at $999.99. Hellsberg Diamonds. Here's to love.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model, so all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is TrueCar.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema before it's available on Netflix or Redbox.
It is the responsibility of the United States and the Soviets to help make the world safe.
Shall we?
You have a new code name. Uncle.
The Man from Uncle. Movies start at Channel 125.
Welcome to the Mazda Postgame Show.
The Broncos handed the Patriots their first loss of the season on the last play of the game Sunday night. The Monday night game ended with no time left on the clock, with the Ravens running a blocked field goal back for a touchdown. And tonight's game ended with no time left on the clock, with a Rodgers to Rodgers Hail Mary pass to keep the Packers' season moving in an upward direction and essentially ending the Lions' season on the spot in front of a shocked home crowd. Rich Eisen, along with Marshall Faulk, Steve Mariucci, and Michael Irvin here on the Mazda Post-Game Show. That means the last 3 games in the National Football League have ended in walk-off fashion. The last 2 with no time left on the clock. What in the world did we just see, Marshall Faulk?
Just a gritty performance by Aaron Rodgers. The first half, I thought he was beaten, bruised, took a lot of hits, sacks. Offense was in a disarray. It looked like they had no answers, but in the second half, just a different football team. And I'm going to say they were carried by the resiliency of their defense, making plays, getting stops. And I mean, he willed this team, this offensive team, to a victory. What a throw.
And it comes down to a 70-yard throw for a Hail Mary. What a great catch to the other Rodgers from Cal, whose dad was the band is on the field kind of a play, all right? Now this play, the Hail Mary in Motown, this is the way NFL games have been finishing. Unbelievable. And Detroit fans they're beside themselves right now.
I could not believe they could not put Green Bay away. You say what you want, man. That first half, Green Bay looked defeated. Defeated. After plays, you watch Aaron Rodgers walk away like you saw this. It was a wrap. It was a wrap, man. And to come back and make those plays and win that game in the end. You hope this could be what can propel them the rest of the year. But Marshall, you mentioned it.
When we talk about quarterbacks or players taking the team and putting them on their backs, in the second half, Aaron Rodgers put this team literally on its back.
Especially alignment. 2 starters out before the game, and Lindsley and Bakhtiari out. He's without 4 starters. Are you kidding me?
They fell in love with the broken play. The broken play saved the season.
As you saw, Richard Rodgers is heading to the set in a matter of moments, but right now he head to the booth. And Jim Nantz, I got to tell you, I thought I was going to give you grief for bringing up that whole Michigan botched punt against Michigan State thing, but you're right. You never know in that state with hardly any time left on the clock.
Yeah, it was the NFL's version, if you will, of that same kind of unbelievable finish that you're still trying to absorb as you stay here in the stadium. There's some Packer fans who just refuse to leave. They're still celebrating, and we're still trying to digest everything that happened here. But you think about the Packers. They had all these close games. They had lost, including to Detroit the first time. The finish that they had against Chicago last week. Down at Carolina, they tried to rally and came up short in the end. But today, to suddenly get life, with just less than 30 seconds to go, no timeouts, you think, can they get in field goal range? They get the second chance on the penalty. They get the heave in the miracle in Motown. And Aaron Rodgers and this team, you just know, now they've got 10 days before their next game, Phil.
Yeah.
Battered and bruised offensive line. A lot of those guys should be back. You know, the Bulagas, they probably are going to be back.
I think that's the big thing. We came into the game, one of the first things we said, Mike McCarthy, what did he tell us? We are tired and beat up. But they found a way to win. Of course, when you have to go against Aaron Rodgers in certain situations, desperate situations, he's tough. But only thing I'll say, I'm not disagreeing, Michael, but that wasn't a broken play at the end. That was the only way they were going to win. He knew he needed to scramble, buy time, and get the running start to throw it that far. If you keep him in the pocket, he's not going to be able to just stand there and throw the ball that high and that far, even Aaron Rodgers. But the thing about it is, too, how many guys in the league could make that play, get in that position, and still make that throw? Well, we could count them on one hand, I guarantee you that.
on the play where there was the face mask call and they're trying to keep the ball alive, Richard Rodgers at one point in there, he was the one who actually threw it back
to Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
It was a good throw.
So it was Rodgers to Rodgers the other way that led to the face mask. They get the next play, and now it's back to the conventional way of Aaron to Richard for the win.
Unbelievable.
There are the final stats. You can say, the leading. Well, actually, Green Bay never led until all zeros on the clock at the end.
Yeah, you know what this does? Just think of how it changes everything. It changed the Minnesota Vikings. They stayed up to watch the end of this game. They're like, how upset are they? Because the big thing is stand in place to win the division. Now just keeps them one game behind Minnesota.
Speaking of Minnesota, we'll see Minnesota at Arizona next Thursday night, only on NFL Network, and that should be a great game. They're currently 2-3 in the NFC playoff picture, and there's a big difference. When you're the 2, you got the bye. You get the pass all the way to the divisional round. So that could have a lot to do with that in the end. But I have a feeling after this one tonight, Green Bay's going to have something to say about that too. Coming up next on CBS, your local news except on the West Coast. And don't miss The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, followed by The Late Late Show with James Corden. Tonight, only CBS. For more football, the Mazda Postgame Show continues on NFL Network. For Phil, Tracy, Mike, and all the crew. Jim Nantz saying so long from Detroit. A finish you'll never forget. The Packers take it here on a Hail Mary. Thanks for watching the Mazda Postgame Show.
So the Packers are held scoreless in the first half for the first time since the Hail Mary game, and then win the game with an actual Hail Mary. And the guy who makes the catch, Richard Rodgers, is heading to our set. We'll hear from him when we come back.
The Thursday Night Football postgame show is presented by Mazda. Driving matters. And brought to you by FedEx. How the holidays arrive.
When does driving matter most? Finding your new favorite road? Or when just taking a drive turns into a drive for good? This holiday, take a test drive during the Mazda Drive for Good event, and we'll give back an hour of our time to local causes. Buy any new Mazda, and we'll donate to St. Jude or a charity you choose. Because driving matters most when you're driving for good.
Being a gamer can be a profession.
Phil!
Oh.
Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. Oh. Stop.
Joanne, is that you?
It's me.
You don't look a day over 70, am I right?
If you're Peter Pan, you stay young forever. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You make me feel so spring has sprung.
Pay how you want for what you want with the confidence of Visa. Now with Android Pay.
Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Love smart solutions? Try Philips Norelco shavers. 72 rotating blades to catch even the last hair standing, so you can be your best you. Philips Norelco. Save up to $50 on Philips Norelco.
NFL Game Day Final. Get caught up on all of Sunday's action with highlights, expert analysis, and post-game interviews.
We battle hard, and we got a good team win.
NFL Game Day Final, Sunday at 11:30, only on NFL Network.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema. When his new job took him far from home.
There's like a war going on out there.
The unthinkable happened.
They're killing people.
Get your family the hell out. And it became a fight for survival.
We gotta get to the American Embassy.
No Escape. Rated R. Movies start at Channel 125. Not enough TVs for all the NFL games on Sunday afternoons? Experience all the non-stop action live on one screen. DirecTV's Red Zone channel.
We show you every game live.
Get every score as it happens, game to game. Even games next to games, next to games. Catch every touchdown from anywhere on your favorite devices, even while you're watching your game on the big screen. Order NFL Sunday Ticket Max to get the Red Zone channel, only on DirecTV, channel 703.
The thousands of Packers fans still jammed into Ford Field celebrating a huge win on a Hail Mary. And a quick reminder coming up right after the postgame show. It's the debut of the timeline as Brett Favre returns to Green Bay. It's all chronicled here on NFL Network. But in the meantime, the Packers fans are celebrating a miraculous come-from-behind victory. And it finishes with Rodgers to Rodgers, Cal to Cal, number 12 to 82. And with that, we welcome to the set the man that was on the business end of that toss from the two-time league MVP, Richard Rodgers. Congratulations. I got to ask you, at what point were you looking up into the dome and saying, I got a shot at this?
Right when it left his hand, really. We were practicing it a little bit before the game. He was throwing them really high in the air, so when I saw it like that, I knew I had a chance to catch it.
Now, you got basketball in your background. You averaged 14.5 points in junior year. At what point did you start to think like a basketball player and say, I just got to go up and get this rebound?
From the start, really. I'm supposed to be boxing out, and Davante is supposed to be the jumper, but once I saw it in the air, I realized I could get it, so I just went for it.
Did it surprise you that you were like unabated? I mean, it was a free jump. I was right there in the end zone in the corner, and as he threw it, it was so high. I was like, he's going to really catch this. I saw you gather yourself. No one bumped you or pushed you out of the way, and you went up and got it at his highest point, man.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised no one hit me or anything. When I jumped, I was expecting someone to at least try to grab my arm or something, but it never happened.
Now, when you were surveying the defense before the play, did you notice that they didn't have a guy like Calvin Johnson out there? Did you say, okay, I got a height advantage and a jump advantage on most of these DBs on the field?
I wasn't even thinking about that, honestly. That's a good point, though. Usually they have the tallest receiver or someone out there to jump, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was shocked because watching the replay, I noticed you actually got turned around and had your back to Aaron Rodgers when the ball was in mid-flight. So at what point did you pick it up then?
I mean, when I can see it the whole time, really. When I turned around, I knew kind of where the ball was going to be, and when it's that high, you have time to find it when you turn all the way around.
You're a very humble kid, man. Just sitting up here with you for this amount of time, you're very humble. And I don't think you understand how big that play was that just happened. I'm looking at the statistics. It's, what is it, 162, 8 for a buck 62. That has to be a tight end record. It has to be something for Green Bay. This, you just put yourself in history. With the Green Bay Packers, a historic team as well. I don't think you grasp what just took place on that field behind you.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen too long ago, so it hasn't really settled in yet.
Yeah. You haven't checked your phone because I guarantee you have 100 text messages.
Now, when we watch the instant replay, you can see yourself check for the ball. You actually do a full turn. And offset, I asked you, what were you doing? You said that you had to find out if you were actually in the end zone. So you had time to see the ball, find the end zone, and then relocate the ball. Absolute awareness. I know you guys practice it. Every team practices that. But it never goes according to plan. What happened as soon as you caught the ball? What started to sink in?
I just knew I was at the bottom of the pile, and Randall was the first one to jump on top of me, so I knew I was in the end zone. I'm glad they make the white lines in the end zone a little bit thicker because I could see it.
I imagine that one of those 100 or so texts that's going to be waiting for you on your phone is from your dad, Richard Rodgers Sr. He, of course, was part of the most famous college football play ever, Cal against Stanford in 1982. I saw a piece earlier this year when you played against Carolina. He's a secondary coach there, and he always reminds you about the play. So what do you have a chance to tell Dad now that you were a part of a miraculous finish as well?
I might be a little bit more famous than him. I don't know.
Does he still constantly bring up the play right here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people from Stanford have a lot of stuff to say about it, but it stands in the record books at Cal that it was a win, and my dad was a part of it. It's a really special moment for him. And I was kind of thinking on the play before when Aaron got the face mask, I was kind of thinking that we would do something like that, but obviously it turned out differently.
He was actually number 5 and touched it twice on that play, right?
Yes, he did.
How often does he bring it up?
He doesn't bring it up too often. I think it makes him feel old.
All right, now, I'm going to talk about this offense for a little bit. Davante Adams came up with a big-time catch in this game, but there's been a lot said about the receivers and not getting open lately. Has there been added pressure to you as a tight end to help out your quarterback?
Not at all. I don't feel the pressure. As a tight end group, we try to go out there and just get as much separation as we can. I'm not the fastest person in the world, so I got to be able to catch the ball when he throws it to me. And that's really all that I focus on.
Now, you had a monster game statistically. You went off the charts. And I'm not going to point any fingers, but there was somebody up here that didn't play you in fantasy. So is there anything you want to say to an individual that benched you and you went off?
Go ahead.
I'll lean back a little bit.
That's just usually how it happens.
No faith in you?
You're welcome. How about that?
I appreciate that.
There you go. Richard Rodgers, congratulations on coming from behind in a 20-0 game, catching the Hail Mary at the end. Aaron Rodgers to Richard Rodgers. It'll now live in infamy up in Green Bay. Much more coming your way here on the postgame show from Rich and the guys in Los Angeles. So hold tight.